Today's video is about parallel lines and a little bit about skew lines. Parallel lines are coplanar lines that do not intersect. The set notation is L1 intersect L2 equals the empty set. The notation that we use is these pair of lines that represents parallel. L1 is parallel to L2. Like with all math problems, the line through means not. So this case means L1 is not parallel to L2. How we show that lines are parallel in a diagram are with these little arrows. So these two arrows mean AB is parallel to CD. Similarly, we have to show that AD is parallel to BC. We use two arrows on those sides. We have another pair of lines that don't intersect, and those are called skew lines. Skew lines are non-coplanar and non-intersecting. What that means is you need 3 dimensions. So I need something like this box. So this edge and the top edge would be skew. These two edges would be parallel. Similarly, those two edges would be parallel. But skew, non-coplanar, means they don't go in the same plane, and non-intersecting. So if I extended this segment out, similarly down here, those two segments or lines would be non-coplanar and non-intersecting. We also have some special angle pairs that we use with parallel lines. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles that are in the same place relative to the parallel lines and the transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two other lines, usually two parallel lines. So for example, angles 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. They're both on top of one of the parallel lines and to the right of the transversal. Angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. They are both below the parallel lines and to the left of the transversal. We have alternate interior angles, which is just like it sounds. Interior, inside the angles, inside the parallel lines, on opposite sides of the transversal. Angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. We have either consecutive interior angles or same side interior angles. Depending on the book you use, they're called different things. Again, use what you know about English. Consecutive interior or same side interior. Angles 3 and angle 5, angles 4 and angle 6. And some books use alternate exterior angles. Again, alternate opposite sides of the transversal outside of the parallel lines. Angle 1 and angle 8, angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate exterior angles. Finally, we have a very important postulate that can help us find the measures of all of the angles in a pair of parallel lines. So, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then corresponding angles are congruent. So, I have my two parallel lines. I know they're parallel because they're marked with the arrow and the transversal T. If I'm given that this angle is 47 degrees, because corresponding angles are congruent, I know that this angle is 47 degrees. Then, between what I know about vertical angles and straight angles, I can figure out every other angle measure. So we have vertical angles, so I have another 47 degrees here. Vertical angles, another 47-degree angle here. And this makes a straight angle. So if I do 180 minus 47, I get 133 degrees. So this is 133 degrees, 133 degrees. Down here, same thing, 133 degrees, 133 degrees. And from there we can see alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. And same side or consecutive interior angles are supplementary.